how fluid the motions are. I feel like I'm gonna vomit. These VR things are a nightmare. Okay guys, we're currently in Orlando, Florida at the Orange County Convention Center for IAAPA Expo. If you don't know what that is, it's where companies and theme parks from all around the world fly in here. They show off the latest and greatest technologies and innovations for theme parks, the latest ride vehicles. So much madness happens in there. I cannot wait to show you guys everything. We are heading in. Look at this entrance. IAAPA Expo. With these giant snakes along the pillars. It's very overwhelming if you do not have a game plan. Do you actually lose weight on these?
Oh, no, lose weight. It's strength, developing your muscle.
You look amazing today.
See? Keep a moment.
Oh, this is the new SeaWorld coaster. So this is gonna be the Pipeline surfing coaster. It's gonna be coming out spring 2023 at SeaWorld here in Orlando. But you're standing. I've ridden standing coasters before, but as a guy, your nuts just get wrecked. So I'm hoping this isn't too bad for guys to ride. This is not the Flintstones that I grew up watching. What is that? What's going on there, Fred? You know, they have the Grogu over here that we saw at Comic-Con. Now this booth is Kern Studios. They do all the floats for the Universal Mardi Gras Festival. I don't know what the theme is for this year, but last year was awesome, and like the space theme and everything. So I asked them what's going on with the Mardi Gras floats for this year. So they said the floats are done. Floats are made first, and Universal designs the costume. They said 2024 is even gonna be better than 2023. They said Universal already kind of proposed their idea for 2024 Mardi Gras. That's how far in advance Universal's thinking. The event hasn't even happened, and they're already planning next year. So I'm really excited for Mardi Gras this year at Universal Studios.
IAAPA Expo in Orlando, Florida. I literally came to put my ear over here.
With a little squeeze, you can make condimenting fun. Move your guests with a new attraction. I've now seen it all. This is a condiment cow. You squeeze its udder, and
it's all about form. I don't know, never done this. Oh,
oh.
Pretty good cow. Very healthy cow.
I'm like I'm off to the flame. I saw a Slimer. So I think they have a Ghostbusters VR game, and I gotta see this. It's like Doc Brown did a hover conversion on the Ecto 1. It can now fly. Now, I find that VR is kind of this like gimmick. The only time that I've really truly been impressed is there was the Void at Disney Springs. They had a Star Wars version, and at Disneyland they also had a Marvel version. But I believe in New York they also had a Ghostbusters version, and I missed out on. That was the only time I was blown away with what VR was and the potential that it had. But since then, I haven't been impressed. So let's see how this is at the Ghostbusters VR Academy. I like the little detail. We got the Ghostbusters patch right there. All right, so you use a blaster, and then the vest has, it like vibrates. This is the only time you'll ever probably see me with a six-pack. just looks like a PS3 graphic Wii shooter. It's missing that immersion, like there's like vibrations and everything, but it doesn't feel like how the Void did, where you feel like you're truly immersed. They were saying it's like a 5-minute game. It normally costs like $8 per person for that. This is a mushroom, right? Yeah. How you doing, Mr. Bear? You look adorable right now. Oh God. This company is called Hospitality Robot. This is the company that has all those little automated robots when you go to like a sushi restaurant. This is the company that you purchase them from. There's probably a heater on the bottom, keep the pancakes warm. Then the top is to keep your beer and sandwiches cold. Look at this robot.
It's designed to enhance. So while this is scrubbing, they can use the let's have fun. Well,
So I guess the question is, will belly button plushes be the plushie of 2023? God, I hope not. It's supposed to look like a gnome with a hat on, but it just looks like a hat with a belly button. We're going to the outdoor exhibit. I always find it very strange. Then you like enter and exit through like their little snowman hole. This is like one of those giant snow globes where it like blows the feathers and everything. Interesting backdrop. You can either have a happy little snowman or a mugshot backdrop. You can purchase your very own zip line setup. Not too long of a zip line, probably like 2 seconds. That's the entertainment, is they want to do photo ops for their birthday. If I was a kid, I'd be so bored, but I guess kids now love their little Instagrams. Falcon Water Tag Extreme. Giant tub of just water, and then you fill it up with your little water gun.
Yeah, no, for sure. I mean, we all...
Alright, so what are these sensors?
That's called the IPS system. Basically, the way that works is it connects to our scoreboard, and as soon as it lights up, let's say red team hits that, they get a point.
The water goes in here. If it fills up to here and the ball hits game over, then you're out. That's really cool for like camps and everything. This is Jack-O-Lantern Journeys.
We are one of the leading pumpkin making businesses. We make all of our stuff in-house out of different foam, high density material, and we carve it. The best part about our pumpkins is that they don't rot. They're hard to the touch. They last about 5 to 8 years depending on what we're doing with them. Rain, you know, if you're putting outside, indoor. Sky's the limit. If you have a design, movie character, logo, just something that you want, there's no limit to what we can do. We can carve it, we can make it a big panel.
Average price for one of those pumpkins that's like custom sculpted, they're not printed on there, it's all hand sculpted. It's about $5.50 per pumpkin. They can do any character you can want. So a Star Wars character, a Marvel character, a giraffe, they can carve it and sculpt it for you. This is where you can buy all the claw machines. The claw machine. There we go, let's see. Will we get a little alien? Yes, yes. Oh no. They have a claw machine and the prize is winning a plush claw. Look, someone actually playing Halo in the year 2022. This is Bridgewater Studios. What is this? So they can blow that box up to being 5 feet tall, no seam, just one giant solid piece.
So we have the computer here, all of the shapes lined up on the printer, and then we come over here. So this talks to our printer. We have resin, and the laser does all of the shapes in here. And when it's done, this whole tray is gonna pop up. And then we come over here, comes out, it's all gooey. We have to take all of the supports off, put it in the wash system, and then we cure it, and then this is the final product.
All right, let's just look at the level of detail. This is all a single print. They didn't attach anything. It is all printed like this. That is crazy how far printing has come. Now for all your little yacht parties, you can get this. It's like an inflatable little island of a table and place to sit down and chug your beer. All right, so this company is called Embedded. They're the company that has all the software for like your game cards and everything in arcades. So as you know, there's like the game cards, right, where you swipe and you earn your tickets and put your credits. Now you can have your smartphone. So there's an app on your smartphone. Now you can tap and save your tickets and everything. There's nothing worse than I would buy a game card and I would lose the game card and yeah. But now it's on your phone. You're not gonna lose your phone. He's struggling. This company is making plushes of the NFTs of like celebrities NFTs that they own. Snoop Dogg owns this one, but isn't this Snoop's property then, the design? I'm very confused on how these NFTs now work with people creating plushes. And so this is Kite Men Productions. They are the company that made Kite Tails at Animal Kingdom. The booth that I'm looking at right now is called Ping Studios. They make all those collectible popcorn buckets for AMC that people go wild for. You have to get like reservations and pre-orders, and they sell for insane prices. The best popcorn buckets and products that you can buy. So they were saying this is the bowl that's going to be coming out for Avatar 2. It's going to have its own little banshee on the side of it. That's pretty cool. Then there's going to be a collectible sipper that's going to go along with it. This is a VR experience with Santa. You can ride his sleigh.
Would you like to say something? The camera is on.
So right now, I can see I have a giant white beard. I'm Santa Claus right now. I got 2 reindeer.
Okay, perfect, yeah.
Uh-oh, we're jumping. Oh, I'm flying now. Oh, what is going on?
I just read that Santa thing. As you can see by my face, I feel like I'm gonna vomit. It was fun though. PS2 graphics. I do want to hurl. Oh my god, that was rough. That was like right in front row Guardians of the Galaxy. Made it to the motherland. Ben's soft pretzels, we're here. We have found it. This line has the longest line here. There's probably like 20 people in front of me to get a pretzel.
Thank you so much.
Oh, look at that pretzel goodness.
I always find it interesting. There's all these companies spending millions and millions and millions of dollars, and I'm just here eating a delicious pretzel.
A company that makes all the furniture out of like plastic balls. Have a little spray bottle and you shoot the little duck. Now on this side of the entrance, it's a little different. It's all like ocean themed. You have a giant octopus. There's like projections up there.
Look at this Thomas and Friends adventure train.
This thing is massive and his eyes are actually moving. Can we get him moving? Come on, Tom. Oh, there we go. I love like good creature sculpts. And this stuff is amazing. There's like maggots inside the horse's muscles. It's all decaying and so creepy. Now the Guinness World of Records and Ripley's, believe it or not, have their own booth. They have a lot of really cool props.
More than 1 million crystals, but it was kind of a 9/11 inspiration. But what's great here is what different artists see as a palette. A palette doesn't have to be a 16 by 20 piece of canvas, right? Here's a Mini Cooper, you know, more than 1 million Swarovski crystals. Let's come up with this unique patriotic theme, and again, just a great vision by artists to say this is art to me. It's one of the things we celebrate at Ripley's, is something unique, you know, things you can't see anywhere else, so we're happy to have this piece in our collection.
So they have dinosaur eggs here, the Stockholm Olympic torch, the first 4-minute mile stopwatch. It's from 1954. Then there's a half mummified head. Right here we have Han Solo's blaster. This was used in Return of the Jedi by Harrison Ford and also his stunt double. Now right here they have Marilyn Monroe's famous dress. Now this has been more famous because Kim Kardashian wore it and you know, kind of tore it, but it is beautiful. It said Marilyn Monroe saying "Happy birthday, Mr. President," wearing this gown during the President JFK's 1962 birthday gala at Madison Square Garden in New York City. Tell Adventure Park there's gonna be He-Man vs. Skeletor laser tag open in 2023. And now this company makes a lot of the animatronics for the theme parks. Now Animax makes some crazy animatronics. Look how fluid the motions are.
I just nerded out for like 45 minutes. I was at the Animax little booth. They do all the animatronics pretty much for Universal. Like the Jurassic World exhibit that they have in San Diego right now, the Velocicoaster Raptors, they did Hagrid, they have the new version of Donkey. It was really cool to see a behind the scenes like footage clip of that. Their animatronics are just so fluid and lifelike, so I'm really excited for what they have planned coming up with Universal. It's gonna be good. So that was really cool to kind of pick their brain and kind of see the behind the scenes process.
We have a claw machine here for sale. It says Smart Crane used, $800, but good news, you get a free KFC plush. Where's the KFC plush?
The company NFT, the booth that they have, is really cool. I talked to them for a little bit. So they're like the company when you need fur for anything. So they did like the Bantha fur, or for like the Grinch fur, or like when Lucasfilm needs like a Wookiee. That's the company that makes all of that fur.
So it took 8 days, 11 hours, and 44 minutes to print, and there's 4 separate sections that put it together. Now, a staple of IAAPA is getting your free little mini melts. These are always so good. All right, so they now have laser tag VR.
They're doing their laser tag VR. Honestly, I would just rather do actual laser tag. I would just rather be in the real world and be in a cool set than be in like cheesy Minecraft laser tag.
I'm not the biggest fan of inflatables, but I do think this one is great. It's a Jurassic World one. You have like little flames that kind of wave back and forth. My favorite things is these little stickers go so wrong so quick. I come with non-slip vinyl. I can be used wet or dry. Rent me out 6 different ways.
Yeah, they really just said that. Yeah.
I'm made to last. All right, so you enter in through like the water, right? You go over this little obstacle course. I dodge all the raptors in there. Blue's coming after you. And then there's a giant T-Rex coming after you. And then you climb up here, you know, like the exploding volcano. And then you slide down. But you gotta watch out because there's a Dilophosaurus at the end. So this whole thing is only like $6 grand. If I was a millionaire, I would honestly buy this, put this in my backyard for like barbecues.
If you guys ever want to start your own business, I highly suggest buying these inflatables. Some are only a couple $1,000. You rent them out to birthday parties for a couple $100. You make your money back so quick.
This is called Penguins Escape. Do we hit this? I guess you're a penguin police guard, right? You have your baton and the penguins are trying to escape. So you gotta smack them on the head. Kind of morbid. So this is one of the coolest entrances for like a VR experience. It's called the Orb game. Inside this giant like orb, there's this massive window. The seats move. Let's test it out. So they have illuminated steps. You go inside this really cool dome. So these are gonna be the chairs that move. I love the texture on the ceiling.
Okay, we're all set up and ready to rock and roll. Oh, here we go. Oh god, we just finished another VR. Graphics were amazing. Graphics look next gen. I got the pricing. It's over $100,000 just for the unit. They said they charge around $12 per person. Lasts around 6 minutes. The game honestly wasn't very good. It just doesn't make sense for anybody to buy that because you're not gonna make money out. Then you add in how much you're paying for electricity and maintenance. It's not very profitable. I feel like I'm gonna vomit. These VR things are a nightmare.
There once was a ship that put to sea. The name of the ship was the Belly of Sea.
We've all seen these scooter pal things at the mall.
This is where they bought them. The companies came to IAAPA and bought the stuff here.
This is one of the best things here at IAAPA. It's a claw machine. Are you gonna get anything? Oh no. Now this is the company, International Mascot. They made the new Jeffrey the Giraffe mascot costume.
Friends, that is a wrap on IAAPA 2022 here in Orlando, Florida. Let's go back to the office, talk about my thoughts about the current industry and changes and improvements. Okay guys, we're back at home. Let's talk about IAAPA Expo 2022. Now, I talked with so many different companies about so many different things about theme parks, and you know what I kept hearing? The words Epic Universe. They're all working with Universal. There's so much that's happening with this new theme park, and I don't think people are prepared with what Universal is about to pull off with Epic Universe. If it does open in 2025, it's gonna give Disney a real run for its money. And this is gonna be, I think, like the decade, the rise of Universal. Projects that are coming, the animatronics, everything is gonna be amazing, and it's really gonna make a big impact in the theme park industry. Now let's talk about half of the show floor is all VR. VR, personally to me, is a gimmick. Are we at Ready Player One level yet? No. But all these people and all these companies are here spending millions of dollars on this crappy VR. It's not very good. The only thing that I've ever enjoyed, I said it early in the video, was the Void. That was the #1 VR experience I've ever had. The graphics are not there yet with the VR. The immersion is not there yet with the VR. All these people are installing all this VR stuff and it's already kind of like outdated. I don't think there's gonna be a big change in the VR industry until Facebook, or they're better known as Meta, figures out the whole VR thing. If anyone is gonna figure it out, it's gonna be Facebook, because that's where they're investing all their money into. So I think in 5 years, we're gonna be having a very different conversation. But for right now, VR is just not there. It's not very good and just kind of cheesy and corny and a gimmick, kind of like 3D TVs. There was a rumor that Universal Studios was gonna have this ride and you were gonna be on a broomstick, but you were gonna be doing VR. And apparently it's been delayed or canceled. And I'm kind of glad, because just the technology is not there yet. Let me know down in the comments, what are your thoughts about VR? Do you hate it? Are you a fan of it? If you enjoyed this video, make sure to hit that like button. If you haven't already, hit the subscribe button, join the family.
I love the family.
Because I'm gonna keep you up to date on all things theme park and entertainment around the country. Alright guys, I love you all. I'll see y'all very soon.
A very interesting logo. Honestly, looks like the box is nude and they're just covering it up with the logo.